Hey guys, it's Weir, roadtoroota.com. It's a good day today. We have scheduled a Three Amigos discussion with myself, Clif High, and Jsnip4. Really looking forward to it. I have a whole list of topics that I want to talk to Clif about and talk to Joe about related to cryptocurrencies, the blockchain companies that are starting up. Very different worlds. There's the cryptocurrencies that are designed to be currencies, and then there's the crypto tokens, which are designed to be used to raise money for these crypto blockchain companies and help in their business model. It's amazing what is going on. The change is just phenomenal. It's hard to keep up with. I know a lot of you are kind of struggling with what do I do? What do I do? You can start by buying some Bitcoin, buying some Ethereum, and buying some Litecoin. I would say those are the three things you need. Bitcoin and Litecoin for a means of exchange and store value, and a lot of Ethereum if you want to participate in all these businesses. And it's an amazing invention, and what it does is it helps companies access the technology of the blockchain, the truth machine. So yeah, I think as far as which one will do better, I think in the long run, Litecoin will do better, mainly because of what Bitcoin is going through right now with the decision made by the core developers not to be a means of exchange, but to concentrate on being a store of value, which is great. It's kind of like gold. You know, only a few banksters have gold, and they hold it and hoard it and covet it, and it's good for them. So yeah, the people in the Bitcoin core group, bravo, you've done your job. You've effectively stripped off the means of exchange aspects of it on a global scale. Much too expensive and much too slow. So an alternative popped up, Litecoin, which it hasn't popped up. It's been around practically since the beginning. But it is faster, it is cheaper, and it will probably come close to the market cap of Bitcoin at some point. At least 4-to-1, because it's 4 times as fast. I do look at Litecoin as being silver to gold, the silver to gold relationship. At one point, I think the price of silver will match the price of gold, and I think the price of Litecoin will match the price of Bitcoin, just because it's more useful, way more useful. And Bitcoin decided not to be useful as a means of exchange for the people, which is fine. And it gave rise to this new currency, and the ability for Litecoin. I mean, it's ready. It's preparing to be coming into the spotlight, which is great. I think it's really exciting. So get yourself first some Litecoin, then some Ethereum, which is an unbelievable technology. And the only problem with Ethereum is it's way too popular right now. It'll grow, it'll build out. The early days of the internet, everybody was bitching and moaning that it didn't work, it's way too slow, and look at it now. So, and then Bitcoin, yeah, it's an old timer. It's the gold to everything else that's going on. So yeah, that's my take on the cryptos. But we're going to talk about that with Clif and Joe. And I just wanted to point you guys to Clif's website right here, halfpasthuman.com. And the new report is right there. Big, oh, look at that. He's got a big old sign that says purchase report now, which is great. It's $99. It goes through the cryptocurrencies. It goes through the currently traded ones. It goes through these new ICOs, the initial coin offerings for companies that are being built today that will be taking over for companies that are long-standing now in the insurance industry, in the banking industry, and every type of industry you can imagine. It's really exciting times there. Spend some time to get used to that. Spend some time in Clif's report. Buy the report. It's only $99, and that $99 will, it'll open your eyes. Even if you end up not buying any of the cryptocurrencies or getting involved in the blockchain, you're going to need to know about this stuff for the next 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, just like you needed to know about the internet back in the early 1990s. So I 2 thumbs up for this report. I've read it twice already, and I put it on my, I have a reader app on my phone. So I just downloaded the whole PDF report to my reader app, and I can go for a walk and listen to, well, it's not Clif's voice, unfortunately. I have some lady reading to me. But so every time I think of Clif, I think of her voice, which is funny. But yeah, check it out. I'm going to listen to it probably 10 more times. because there's so many little nuggets. There's nuggets about new crypto offerings, new ICOs, the current cryptocurrencies, which one the data says is going to do well over the next 6 months. This report is mainly for the next couple months, but it also goes out through 2018. And he also talks about silver and gold and what's in store for us there. Really interesting stuff if you're a silver bug. And he talks about the changing Earth, which is expanding and growing. And we just heard of a new island that just popped up out of nowhere in the Atlantic. If you're into that stuff, great report, and it's really fun to read. So there's your commercial for Clif, and I'm sure we'll be talking more about it in our Three Amigos interview discussion later this afternoon. Those of you wanting to buy Veritasium, I think it's a huge buy for various reasons, and Clif talks about it in his report. The only place you can buy it really right now is at Ether Delta, and a lot of people saying, well, I don't know how to use Ether Delta. It's actually pretty easy. You just go to Ether Delta. This is the site right here, etherdelta.github.io. Right there, you can copy that and paste it. Just Google Ether Delta. It'll take you. It's an exchange where you exchange. You don't use money. You use current cryptocurrency for cryptocurrency. So, and it uses Ether. So you're gonna have to take your Ether and transfer it to Ether Delta right here. So all you got to do is say you want to transfer, hold on, let me take that back. That's for transferring out, is right here. For transferring in, you use your stuff up here. I'm not going to click on it because it's got my information on it. But yeah, if you just sign up for an account right up here on the top right, and they'll give you the public address of where to send your Ether. Your Ether will show up down here on the left, and you got to move it from it's like your wallet right here into your the place right here where you can deposit it and buy Ether. So try it out with just a little amount of Ether, and right now and these are all in relation to Ether. So right now you get 0.31120 for that's the Ether to Veri relationship. So you get about a third of an Ether will buy you one Veritasium coin. Go to Jsnip4's video on how to do this. He'll explain the whole thing. But yeah, you can buy, not in large quantities because these are all really small volumes going off right now. But I think right now I think it's trading at around $70-$80, which is, I think when it hits a major exchange, you're gonna see it up, $200, $300, $400, $500 almost instantly. So really exciting times for Veritasium. And then yeah, myetherwallet.com is where I do most of my Ethereum work. Mess around with it. There's videos on how to use it, and it's amazing. It's an amazing way to transact business these days in the crypto world for Ethereum. And my buddy Andy Hoffman has another hit piece on Roger Ver. I think Roger's completely right, and I think Andy's completely wrong on this. But the problem has already been solved. Roger wanted Bitcoin to be used by the masses, and the core developers didn't. Andy didn't, and Tone Vays didn't, which is fine. And that's fine for Bitcoin. If they want to put their hands around their money and hug it, go for it. Luckily, Litecoin has taken that position, so you'll see Litecoin. I don't know if it'll take much away from Bitcoin as far as dollar values, but I think it'll definitely limit the amount of Bitcoin's potential. Bitcoin could have been the man, absolutely the man, but I think Litecoin is going to be the man now, so which is great because Litecoin is only trading at $40 right now, and Bitcoin's at $2,500 to $2,400. So yeah, I disagree with Andy 100% on what's going on with the SegWit, but me and Andy have disagreed many times in the past, and we'll disagree many times in the future. I still love him to death, and he's still got a lot of great info out there on. He doesn't quite understand the blockchain companies and the ICOs, and that these aren't cryptocurrencies that are being dealt with here. These are companies that are being invented. Yes, it's a lot like the .com days with the IPOs, except, and it's a lot. You just got to be smart about picking them. There's a lot of garbage ones, but there's gems in there, just like Amazon and Google and all that we picked out of the crowd back in the 90s. And the bubbles will pop in the ICOs, and then you're going to be left with absolute gems. And the gems are already coming to fruition. Some of them, Veritasium's already has signed an MOU with the Jamaican Stock Exchange to develop a decentralized exchange. Can you imagine if that goes over well? Can you imagine what that would do for Veritasium and the rest of the world looking at doing the exact same thing if they do that right? Yeah, that would be a huge thing. That would be gigantic. So keep an eye on that. And right now, where we are, the cryptos, Bitcoin, everybody's coming back up a little bit. Volatility, remember, crocodile teeth. Cliff had that one dead on. It's going to be like this all summer. Probably sharper teeth now. We're going to talk about Bitcoin today. In the Three Amigos video, we're going to talk about Ethereum. I have some ideas on where I think it's going to be trading, the insanity of the Ethereum trading. But at the end of the day, if people want to get into these ICOs, they have to buy Ethereum. And they can make a lot of money in the ICOs, so they're going to try to get their hands on as much Ethereum as possible. But they also sell Ethereum when the ICO gets all their money in Ethereum. So it's kind of the crocodile teeth. That's a perfect explanation of what's going to happen to the price of Ethereum. But I think it's going to be massively upwards, because a lot of these hedge funds and the big money wants to get in on these ICOs, and they can't get in with their money. They have to get in with Ethereum. So that's exciting. And then Ripple, I think, is a bankster coin. It should go away. Litecoin, look at the market cap of Litecoin. Only $2 billion to Bitcoin's $40 billion. Bitcoin is voluntarily giving up the means of exchange for humanity, and Litecoin saying voluntarily taking it in. So I think those two market caps will cross at some point, and Litecoin will be the #1 means of exchange, which is exciting. I'm not saying it's going to happen this year, but Litecoin sure has a long way to go this year, and at a what is it, 1.5? What is that? No, that's not 0.5. 1/20th of the price of Bitcoin. Litecoin is going to just blow by any appreciation you're looking at. If you're thinking of buying Bitcoin or Litecoin, I'd say Litecoin all the way right now. All right, that's it for me. I'm prepping. I got my Bitcoin shirt on. Thank you, Roger, for the shirt. And I'm prepping for the discussion with the Three Amigos, which is always a hoot and a blast. And yes, we will do a victory dance on the crypto wins so far, because we deserve it. We put our balls out there, and when you do that and it pays off, you got to take your victory laps. So I plan on doing that. I don't know if those guys are going to do victory laps, but I definitely plan on patting ourselves on the back and saying, hey, good on you. You got it right this time, and keep it up. If what we're saying is correct, and this is really a change of the way the world does business, we're at the very beginning of this. So stay tuned. Give a thumbs up to this video. Share it with your friends. We'll talk to you later.